Welcome everyone into the Nutmeg Tavern. I hope you're in the Nutmeg Tavern. It's been a rough day already, guys. Normally the time vortex machinery that we use for this whole apparatus here is run by this giant cage of squirrels. And a couple hours ago...
They all died.
No.
All the squirrels died.
Well, it's like you go in there and you poke it with the stick, and they're like, and I don't know what's going on. No manner of coaxing food or jabbing with the stick made any difference. So we're on our backup squirrel cage to run the time vortex. We will see. If there are problems, blame Ivy. No, it's like... It's technical.
Blame the squirrels.
There you go. The squirrels.
These are new squirrels. We're breaking in these squirrels.
They're just different squirrels.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're much smaller and they might not be able to do the job. Today's episode is brought to you by cool Nutmeg Tavern mugs. If you're interested in mugs to come into the Nutmeg Tavern and share the warmth of what we're doing here, you may find them on our website, and if you're lucky, someone will put them a link in the chat. Today's episode, I am under duress. Arm behind the back, twisted, because cucumbers, guys, cucumbers. They aren't even food. They're not food. In fact, I've got this quote. Got this quote someplace.
Is
Lauren,
it on the top of that stack to the on the other side of you?
Other side?
No, the other side of you. Right. On the top of that stack. Yes.
This is my stack.
I know, but you printed it out.
Right. Yes. Yes. Hold on. Everyone's trying to confuse me here. There's so much goodness here. Not being cucumbers, that I am lost. Yes, here we go. Out of Johnson, Dr. Johnson speaking here. On the beach here, there's a singular variety of curious stone. I picked up one very small, very like a small cucumber. And by the by, Dr. Johnson told me that in the Beggar's Opera, the line, "as men should serve a cucumber," etc., has no waggish meaning, with reference to men flinging away cucumbers as too cooling, which some have thought. For it has been a common saying of physicians in England that a cucumber should be well sliced, dressed with pepper and vinegar, and then thrown out, for it's good for nothing. So very true. Anyway, but we're going to spend time talking about cucumbers because it's cucumber time, right? Cucumber time, and we'll get to that later on. We have some of these. These aren't actually cucumbers. They look like cucumbers.
They're sour gherkins. They're South American, and Sydney said they came into in the 1860s into the more European cuisine.
Right. So they're not 18th century.
It's
but
true,
they're cute.
They are.
And in theory, edible. Some people like them. Hold on. That's better. Okay, so those are completely edible and cucumber-like. Here are some cucumbers out of somebody's garden. Green, knobbly, and cucumber-like. What is the worth of a single penny? Do you know where this is from?
No. I can try to look it up.
It's from the 18th century. And it's this long, like 79-page article. No. Okay, 7. And I'll read to you a little bit of the worth of a single penny. A penny bestowed in charity upon a poor boy shall not want a heavenly reward. Shall not want. I don't know what. For a penny you may, in the Low Countries, in any market, buy 8 several commodities like nuts and vinegar, grapes, onions, oatmeal, and the like. For a penny you may hear a most eloquent oration upon our English kings and queens. If you seriously listen to him that keeps the moments at, or monuments, I think it's moments, at Westminster. For want of a penny to pay a waterman, you may be forced to go from Westminster about by London Bridge to Lambeth, and may truly say you are weary of walking. In other words, if you don't have a penny to pay for this little boat trip, you'll have to make this giant walking tour, which will take a lot of walking. Let me skip ahead, because somebody has marked up these different ones. For a penny, you may have all the news in England and other countries of murders, floods, watches, fires, tempests, and whatnot in the weekly news books. For a penny, a drunkard may be guarded to his lodging, for if his head be light and the evening dark. So you can get people to follow you and guard you. For a penny, you shall tell what will happen. For a penny, you shall tell what will happen a year yet hence, which the devil cannot do, in some almanac or other. So you can buy one cheaply. She doesn't have anything marked here. Okay. And then, if you go into Blackfriars or the Strand, you may have 12 tailors for a penny in cucumber time. So we were talking about, it's like, okay, I don't get it. Why 12 tailors for a penny in cucumber time? Is there a particular picture for this?
Yes.
I don't have control, Ivy. The squirrels don't function on this side. So can you find me the cucumber time slide with the tailor?
Yes. Come on, squirrels.
Go,
can do it.
squirrels,
Give me
go!
squirrels.
Go, go, go!
While she's looking, this is from the Shepherd's Calendar, or the Citizen's and Countryman's Daily Companion, to which is added the Countryman's Almanac.
So that's pretty funny. It's in an almanac, even though it's making fun of almanacs. That's too good. Too good. She's trying.
Is the Taylor one in here?
It should be.
I didn't make the Taylor slide.
There we go. That one.
Oh, it's this one?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a different one.
Ta-da! Hot goose, cabbage, and cucumbers. This is by Rowlandson, 1823. Although there's not much here that isn't, say, 1790. We have a tailor working, and he's on the classic tailor table. So whenever you see tailors working in this time period, they're sitting on a table, cross-legged, and this one's actually not sewing, but he's ironing. And the one behind him is ironing. And here is this street seller who's got a whole bunch of cucumbers. So the whole idea about tailors being bored in cucumber time is the summer. It's sort of mid to late summer. And tailors traditionally had absolutely nothing to do in that time period. Everyone gets excited about a new set of clothes when it starts to be winter, or they need things repaired, in the spring after wearing them all winter. And in the dead of summer, no one cares about ordering a brand new set of clothes, and so the tailors are destitute. So you can get 12 of them for a penny at cucumber time. And there are other odd references to cucumber time, meaning that sort of late dead of summer, dog days. Instead of saying dog days of summer, you say it's cucumber time. So, okay, very good. In fact, since we were in pictures, images, let's just circle around and let's look at some pictures, Ivy. Show me a picture. Can you magic lantern it onto the wall?
I'm working
There we
on
go.
it.
She's working on it.
There we go.
It's bad. So this is a model of a cucumber sometime in the early 1700 BC. this is weird. I don't know what the other things are supposed to be, but there's a cucumber, and maybe that's supposed to be half a slice of orange. What a strange little set of statues that you would make.
Yeah, they had it, I believe it was in the Met, and they had it taken apart where the cucumber was just all on its own. But it didn't, I think, explain what the other ones were that I saw.
Right. So
Which is
It
a
just
shame.
said it was a cucumber,
Right.
which I think it looks more like a banana than a cucumber.
well,
Well, okay, so this brings up the curved versus straight cucumber conundrum that I had not been aware of. So most cucumbers are a little curved. But in the 19th century, they wanted cucumber sandwiches for tea time. And that meant that they wanted straight cucumbers so that they could get very even slices. And so they then made glass tubes to grow the cucumbers in to force them into a straight shape. Right? So you're like very important garden
but what if you couldn't get them out of the glass tube?
It was empty. It was open at the bottom. So you
just
put the
pop
vine
it
in
out.
through the top and then the
Yeah, but then what if it grew, you know? And then,
they were pretty wide, right? So you'd like when you were ready, you'd like cut the vine and then it dropped down the bottom.
seems like a lot of work.
Sorry, I'm sorry. It's the squirrels, guys.
Squirrels!
There we go.
You know, I don't think I saw this one as we were prepping. This is the this is from Asia someplace.
It is, right? And of course this is, early 19th century, but of course
Right.
this is where our cucumbers are originating.
Yeah, so that's a very straight cucumber.
True.
With stripes, but bumps in 1804.
I had not noticed the pumpkin in the other slide.
Is it a white pumpkin?
It's a white pumpkin.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I didn't
it's so-
see the pumpkin because it was
Right.
on the white background.
It's like a optical illusion there. There is a white pumpkin there, people. Just in case you don't see it, if you cross your eyes, blink 3 times, and then say pumpkin, you will all of a sudden be able to see it. Anyway, let's go on to the next slide. Okay, here's somebody's shop. Do we know what it looks like? London? No, it's imported from London, so this must be America someplace. I see 1774 there. So they've got Charlton and Early Hotspur. They've marrow beans. They've got peas and beans and carrots and turnips but if we look down there, winter and turnip, cabbage, green, white, and yellow Savoy, long and early, prickly, green, and long Roman cucumber. So is that, no wait, winter and
So
turnip, cabbage.
long and early prickly. So
but isn't
long
Savoy
cucumber,
also, or is that
early-
for the cabbage?
No, that's for the cabbage.
Okay.
So, right? So it
those-
starts with the long.
So it's long and early, prickly, green turkey, and long Roman
Yes,
cucumber. That's complicated.
it is.
Phew. So lots of different kinds here, and this is right about the time of the Revolutionary War. Lots of different kinds of strange cucumbers, and notice here all the different things that are available to people. You can fill up any kind of garden vegetable plot with lots and lots of different fun things to grow. Go ahead, Ivy. Wait a second. Go back just one second. One word caught my eye, and it's tennis ball lettuce.
Oh, so that must mean that tennis balls are common enough that you'd call lettuce after them at this
Yeah.
point. That's interesting.
Number 1, they have tennis ball lettuce. Number 2, they say it's tennis ball lettuce. Now you can go on. Now I want tennis ball lettuce, even though I don't like lettuce. This is a wild cucumber illustration from our time period. And the wild cucumber, obviously, is very wild.
It looks very dangerous, right?
Yes.
You're like, look out, it's a wild cucumber.
I mean, you could pick that off the vine, throw it, and kill someone.
Offensive
Also
weapon.
known as a weapon. Probably a better weapon than it is something to eat. Actually, it reminds me of gooseberries, how they have, the wild gooseberries have spikes all over them. They look like a World War II sea mine. These similar, except oblong. Why would anybody look at that and say, let's turn this into food? Yeah, I don't know.
A bit of a mystery sometimes.
I would look at it and say, that isn't edible. Why would I want to eat that? I'd get those thorns stuck in my mouth.
They need to be in trouble.
Okay.
So we have, it was talking in the newspaper slide about the green turkey and the long Roman cucumbers. And I was wondering what they were referring to.
Right.
And it looks like they're referring to the Armenian cucumber that is a little bit different. So it was Cucumis salivus, I think, is our
that's the standard
what we're
one,
used to. And this is the Cucumis mellow. Right, and so it is a little bit different, although the taste is quite similar, apparently. I don't think I've ever had one of these. And we've got a couple different types here. And some of them are, and they are known for being quite long and serpentine at times.
They look a bit like worms. Anyway, yes, they had these in the 18th century. And I think I've seen them in the grocery store. I've just never, number one, why would I buy a cucumber? But even if I did want to buy a cucumber, I would say, that's not a cucumber, and I'd move on. But other people being
more adventurous
than me in eating green things, which we all know now that green things are bad for you. It's scientific knowledge. Anyway, let's keep going. A still life from 1774. Is this Spanish? It looks like that
I believe
one.
this one's Spanish.
Yeah. We got these weird heirloom tomatoes hanging around. We're gonna. This weekend is tomato. Is it this weekend?
This weekend is tomato days in
Yeah,
Houston.
if you're visiting Pearston, it's tomato days. So we used to grow and have a tomato processing plant here in town. It's been probably 100 years, but okay.
Nevertheless.
60 years maybe.
That is the focus of our local
Yes,
fair.
but we do have a local festival for tomatoes, and we have lots of people grow like 100 different varieties of tomatoes just for fun to show at the tomato days.
And they look like they set them all out, and they look lovely, and it's very fun to see the air.
And a lot of them look just like these, which again look just totally inedible. Anyway, we have some cucumbers here, which look better than some. They're kind of
they don't look
blobby.
as prickly, right?
They don't look very prickly, no. They look bumpy, but not prickly. As well as the wonderful pottery and the tin. I bet it's an oil jug in the background, that little tin conical.
I was wondering what it was. That does make sense to be in this still life,
Yeah. So that's what you're going to be. You're going to make a salad or something
right?
like this,
Oil,
right? You're going to need
vinegar,
oil, so
right? A little bit of
total sense.
Spice over there.
Go ahead, Ivy. We are all confused by this particular illustration, but it's a natural history illustration in some book, and it has bugs and moths and flies and two frogs. Is one a frog and one a salamander or a toad? I don't know. They both look like the same. They look like they're basically the same frog, and a snail. And then, name the thing that doesn't fit. I think it's the green cucumber. Hello, what is that even doing here? This artist has got some kind of problem, some mental categorical.
Out of empty space on the page, you decided to add in the cucumber.
You know what I thought? Let's put a cucumber there.
Yeah, he got confused. He's like, maybe it's a slug, and you're like, no, it's a cucumber.
Yeah.
But it's labeled as a cucumber.
Yes, it is, but
so true.
I don't understand.
Okay, maybe there was another page.
Yes,
And
maybe
on the
there's
other
all
page
cucumbers.
was like a lot of cucumbers and vegetables, and it just bled over
did.
onto this page.
It spilled over.
I mean, look at it. Mothy, butterfly, whatever, moth, fly, frog, snail, cucumber. Like he was just confused. I thought it was another snail, except this one was green. because there's like two of each
I just,
thing.
because of that, this picture was very funny to me because the cucumbers.
Maybe he thought cucumbers were animals.
Maybe he did.
And no, it's not a slug. I know it can look like a slug, but it is labeled as
It is
a
true.
cucumber.
It says that it is
in
a
the
cucumber.
picture.
Right.
That's
They,
for sure.
they say it's a cucumber.
Yep.
Whatever.
It's not just a weird animal that looks like a cucumber.
Okay, and we
Okay,
talked
there's that
about
one.
this image, and here is La Papinera.
She's selling cucumbers.
Yes.
That basket is full of cucumbers, but it's kind of hard to see.
I believe
And-
this is Spanish as well.
So, if I was selling cucumbers, right? I had a big basket of cucumbers. I would just say, "Mom, if you want a cucumber, here, have one." No, I would say, my cucumbers are a dime a piece or whatever, right? Because that's all cucumbers are worth. If you really like them, a nickel or a quarter. But no, she has a set of scales in her other hand, so she can weigh out and give you exactly the right amount of
right.
cucumber.
Because maybe you wanted a big cucumber, right?
Right.
Like you got to make sure you get the right cucumber weight. Yes.
But as far as I know, cucumbers are like, other things. Let's say summer squash or zucchini. Again, neither one of them's actually food. But say you were eating them, that you normally want little ones. You don't want big ones anyway. And so
true.
why would
Yeah.
you sell them by the weight? It's like, here, have 4 gigantic cucumbers that taste like you're eating a pine board.
Yeah, I mean, with cucumbers, it'd make the good news is that you can pickle the large ones by slicing them.
And then
Right.
they're still bad. But yes.
Okay, it took me quite some time to find the pickles that I actually liked. Because most pickles, I'm not terribly fond of. But
All
they-
pickles are delicious.
Thankfully,
Except for the
Ivy
sweet
and
ones.
Sydney and Mom, they're all pickle people, which is good, right? But I finally found one particular type of pickle that tastes like a fresh, fast pickled
Probably
pickle.
not actually a pickle at all. It's
Right?
probably something totally different.
It
like a
is,
green
and
cookie.
they actually taste really great. And so I found the right one, and I just stick with that one, and
Very
now
good.
we're good.
Very good. Let's go ahead. Cries of Madrid. Okay. 1774. We, the subscribers, we swear it, saw growing here 50 pumpkins from 2 seeds, the largest of which pumpkins weighed 92 pounds, the other 86 pounds. We also saw a cucumber, which was raised here and weighed 5 pounds, 8 ounces, and it was 19 inches long. We attest this fact, and then we have David Caswell, John McKee, and Mark Olam. Thank goodness they sweared to it.
Yes.
And the affidavit
There's
is
three,
signed.
three witnesses.
Right.
Yes.
Because we saw a cucumber, 5 pounds, 8 ounces. Again, 19 inches of inedible greenness.
That reminds me of the fourth bear.
Yes. I was
and
telling.
they're growing the giant cucumbers.
Yes, if you want a book about cucumbers, you can look at Jasper Ford's The Fourth Bear, which cucumbers feature greatly in that particular book. So there we go. There's another image of Kamkammer, German, apparently for cucumber. And this one, is that what cucumber leaves actually look like? I mean, those look like cucumbers, but somehow those really don't say cucumber leaves to me.
I didn't think cucumber leaves were so grape leafy.
Yeah,
Hold on. I'm
maybe
looking
this
up.
guy is confused or something.
Nope, that's what they look like. Some of them are spikier, but some of them are more rounded like that.
There's even a flower. Okay, good. There's our cucumber. Not in the wild, but domesticated. Okay, where is this? Is this another one of those?
At
It's the
least
same
this
guy.
one makes sense.
This one's a bit more cohesive. I actually just thought this one's pretty. Sorry, that's why we got it here.
Look at the
That
pretty
happens sometimes.
flowers.
Right?
And the pretty butterfly.
I don't know what that bug is down below. Anyway.
I think they're both from the Netherlands, right? So
So either this is this world's smallest cucumbers, Or those bugs are big. I don't know.
Well, cucumbers are really small when they're baby cucumbers.
No way.
They're
Look
just
at that. Look at this snail crawling on the one.
They're just baby cucumbers.
He's barely
Have you ever
grown.
seen a tiny cucumber that's growing in the garden?
It doesn't look like
It's probably a baby gherkin. That's probably what's going on here.
Anyway, he's back again, but at least this one makes a little more sense because there are more plants here. Maybe he's not insane. Maybe he does understand they're plants and not animals. We'll all hope for the best. What have we got here? Now, this was interesting. So, look, this is, again, a newspaper of all kinds of things that are available. Fabrics and muslins and sweet water, whatever that is, sponges, brandy. And then we get down here with anchovies, olives, capers, interesting, and pickled cucumbers. They're selling pickled cucumbers already pickled. So you would think most people would be doing it themselves here, but in this particular instance, you can buy pickled cucumbers. Maybe even they're imported. Who knows? And it's the same guy again.
Right, and I'm not even sure that this isn't the same cucumber, right? Possibly drawing it the same day. But in this one, it's being used for scale against this, I believe, pumpkin.
Which doesn't make sense because it looks like a really small
Yeah,
cucumber.
what?
So
It
why
doesn't
would you
make
choose
any
this?
sense.
Why would
Scale-
you choose this cucumber for a scale?
Apparently, he loves this cucumber and he uses it for everything.
It's his
Although
pet
the scale
cucumber.
was terrible in the last image.
Oh, somebody, though, was mentioning that apparently European snails can get quite big. And none of our snails do, not really.
that's
So
why
maybe
they
it
eat
was
them,
just a
but-
really big snail.
Well, I mean, we do have, in some places, giant garden snails.
Well, we saw that giant slug that one time
Right,
on
yeah.
the way to the post office. He was like 5 inches long.
Yeah. Enough to give you nightmares. Anyway, we have, is this supposed to be a watermelon? Or
It says it's a pumpkin.
okay, a misshapen green pumpkin. They start out green. I get it. Okay.
I would think it was just a gourd that they called the pumpkin.
Well,
but
That could be.
they're they're in the same family, so. Gourd, squash, whatever. Make a mango of large cucumbers, scrape out the seeds and the cores, put into them whole pepper and other spices and garlic, tie them close, put them into salt and water for 24 hours, then wipe them dry. Boil as much vinegar will cover them, but the vinegar must be with spice and pour on scalding hot. So this is sort of a pickling process, but there's more to cucumbers than pickling or slicing up for cucumber sandwiches, whatever that is. Is there anything else? What else do we have?
There's just some more recipes.
More
from the same
recipes.
one.
Okay,
Really,
let's stop here.
It's kind of in this one, they had, I think, at least 6 different recipe types. Some for large, some for small, some for
Yeah,
gherkins.
I've got some.
Yeah.
But every week I try to get to the brand new and renewing YouTube members, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do that with all the trouble with the squirrels in the cage, but I managed to run and get the ledger book and get this in a form that I could read to you. I want to thank these brand new and renewing YouTube members: Richard Manna, Jacob Hughes, Reese Van Bardwick, The Ginger Jack Corner, Norman Webb, World Civ History, Sean Polis, Bethany McDowell, Michael Powderly, Jesse B. Black, Tennessee Blacksmith 2018, Joe Rooney, Lance Norris, Shelley Medford, Sarah M., and Chef Scott, and also new Patreon. I can do it, John. Patreon supporter Sean Terrell. Thank you, all you folks that support us in that way, either with Patreon or other ways that you directly support us. It's so very, very kind of you. There are other people that purchase merch or support us in other ways, and I want to be very thankful, and I am very thankful for that. Do you have anything to pop in and chat about there, Lauren?
I don't think so.
Nobody wants to tell me how they think it's terrible that I don't like. Maybe they all agree with me.
They do not. People have been
I mean,
mentioning how
they're
much they
interesting looking. They have nice color and stuff, and they look like a thing that you could eat, I guess. Like a green banana, but you can't peel them. Okay. So mostly. Now maybe other people do other things with cucumbers, right? For the most part, cucumbers are really, I mean, while they are edible, there's not really any nutrition here. I mean, you could eat water or leaves off of a tree, possibly get more nutrition than you're going to get out of something like this. But people apparently enjoy them, maybe for the texture. I don't know. But what do they do with them today? So today we have pickles. And you buy these in a jar. They've been pickled. Some people might even do that themselves. You can do bread and butter pickles. Basically, you slice them up and you throw them in some vinegar and salt or something. I don't know, something like that. Never eaten them. I wouldn't know. But anyway, what else do people do with you? I mean, I guess you eat them kind of, eat it raw.
Wait, have you mentioned the cucumber sandwiches? This is very important, cucumber sandwiches.
What about cucumber sandwiches?
Well, they're a classic. Somebody was saying that the reason you didn't like cucumbers was because you hadn't had a cucumber sandwich. And
Cucumber sandwiches are delicious.
that's certainly where I started.
They're not 18th century.
Have you
No,
ever
that's
had a cucumber sandwich?
I'm sure that someone forced me to eat one at some time in the past. Probably my wife. I don't think she tried that again. But in the 18th century, they were a little bit more creative with their use, probably because they were starving and there was absolutely nothing else to eat. Here is a recipe from the 1730s. So this one is forced cucumbers. I would force them with cabbage lettuce. And you cut off one end of a large cucumber. Again, the larger, the more inedible they probably are. You scrape out the seeds with a spoon. You stuff the cavity with cabbage lettuce hearts, stewed tender with salt water and drained, parboiled parsley, pickled mushrooms, chopped bacon fat, and egg yolks. Seasoned with salt and allspice. Yeah, every time it's like, what? It goes from one strangeness to another.
You want to try it to see how the flavors come together.
Anyway, you tie it all back together so people won't know that it's been cut open and stuffed, right? You tie it up with pack thread, and the cucumbers are then stewed in water and salt until tender. And once they're drained, they are rolled in flour. It just keeps going. Rolled in flour and then fried brown in hog's lard.
Ooh, deep fried cucumber.
Deep fried stuffed cucumber. And before you serve it, you take the thread off. That's probably pretty wise, although it probably is the best part. And then you slather a rich seasoned gravy with claret, lemon peel, and allspice, thickened with burnt butter over the top.
Okay, oddly, this sort of reminds me of a bananas foster.
Yeah, except with a yucky cucumber
savory,
instead.
right? Instead, that's very complex.
Okay.
So, Dad,
Yeah.
do you like tzatziki sauce?
The what do you what?
The tzatziki sauce that they use on gyros.
You know, it's like a
I
white
can-
Sour
cucumber.
cream and
really
infused
good.
cucumberness.
No comment.
I just don't think you've ever had it.
Stuffed, fried stuffed. So this is another version. Again, a stuffed one with force meat this time. So we got meat in it. It's getting a little better. And then we have beef broth, and we have onions and cloves and pear juice. And then we dip it in beaten eggs, breadcrumbs over the top, fry it in hot lard until they're crispy brown, served up with fried parsley and a drizzle of broth again over the top. So, interesting. I'm not sure, Now, that may have been when Ryan did an episode, kind of fair food, he kind of went with that theme.
I keep trying to find it. I have not had luck so far.
Yeah,
I thought it had fair food in the title.
Did it? Well, but it probably you'll just be able to find it from that thumb that has.
Yeah, I still haven't found it because it had a black background on the thumb, which is unusual for us.
Right.
Still haven't found it.
So here's another category. This is where we take 6 large young cucumbers. Again, that's an oxymoron. You can't put those two together. Pared, quartered, cut into a neat dice. After a brief scalding in boiling water, they are placed in a stew pan with an onion stuck with cloves, a slice of ham, some butter, a pinch of salt. Pan is covered and shaken over the fire, so it kind of steams it and everything. Then it's dredged with a little flour and gravy, so we're thickening it. We're making a ragu in there. Ham and onions are discarded. What? We throw out the ham and the... Hello?
Just there to flavor it, apparently.
And we're keeping the cucumbers? Anyway, the ham and the onion are discarded. A liaison of 2 eggs. That's just a thickened sauce. 2 eggs, 2 egg yolks beaten up with rich cream is stirred in and finished with a squeeze of lemon juice. The dish is served hot, topped with 5 or 6 poached eggs. Whoa, I'm not even sure if I'm going to call that.
Everyone said someone in the chat was mentioning, you're like, that we should try out some of these recipes and that maybe we should try them instead of you. And sometimes we think that. You're like, you could make the recipe and someone other than you could taste test it.
You tried this. We have stewed cucumbers in a fricassee. We have mutton steaks with stewed cucumbers. Again, do we do that? No, we don't do that. We don't stew cucumbers and no. Okay, savory cucumber soups. Have we ever had a cucumber soup?
I've heard of them, but I've never had one. Oh, someone in the chat was saying they did try the cucumber ice cream and it turned out great. So there's something to try. When making cucumber ice cream, I feel like it would be best to remember that cucumbers are fruit. And maybe the whole thing would feel so much more.
I'm going to go into a time machine, back up 2 minutes, and never hear the term cucumber ice cream. Okay?
Sounds good.
I'm doing it now. There.
Never happened.
We're back. And we're talking about cucumber soups. Remarkably simple, clean soup. It requires cucumbers to be pared and sliced thick and then stewed gently in a clean saucepan with a generous pat of fresh butter. Okay, I get that. We're going to cook them up. Once softened, they're added to a pot of strong beef or veal broth that has been seasoned with whole pepper, salt, and onions, and it is simmered for 10 minutes and served hot with sippets. So, okay, I think I could maybe eat that, because it's like lost all its cucumberiness, and it's just like, like water chestnuts. Something with an interesting texture there in the soup. As long as you made sure that it doesn't have this green peel on the outside. Anyway, here's a fresh spring pottage. So, kind of soup. We have cabbage lettuce, 6 pared and de-seeded cucumbers cut into small pieces. Smaller pieces, the less I'll know what's in there. They're parboiled, and this is to preserve their vibrant green color. Simmered tender in a rich seasoned mutton or beef broth with fresh green garden peas and a French roll toasted and soaked in the pan. Not bad. Okay. You might fool me with something like that. And then they also use them in a kind of a raw setting. Here is cucumber mandrain. This is in the Lady's Assistant, 1775. And a highly refreshing salad. The cucumber are scored at the ends and chopped very fine, not pared, unless they're bitter on the outside, which they all are. They are tossed into a bowl with a large quantity of finely chopped young onions, cayenne pepper, salt, the juice of half a lemon, a splash of vinegar, a glass of Madeira wine. So, very interesting. So we have all these spices and wine in with raw cucumber. I guess it says here that, they thought maybe all that stuff made the cucumber digestible to the delicate stomach.
And it's very true that in here in our time period, through quite a bit of it, it's like, yes, you can eat cucumbers if they're cooked, but raw, right? You're like, well, that's chancy. Maybe not.
And I'd even go with, anyway, I'm not even going to go there. Salt drained cucumber, a raw salad, paring cucumbers thin and slicing them in little thin rounds. They're placed in a dish and sprinkled with basket salt, and then pressed between two pewter plates for 5 or 10 minutes to express or squeeze out their cold, watery juices. After being shaken well and thoroughly drained, they are seasoned with coarse black pepper, salad oil, vinegar, and served alongside young green scallions.
This sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yeah, right.
They tried to squeeze all that cucumber flavor out. There, you can eat them now. And then, of course, we have sweet preserves where they're preserving them as mock citron.
Really?
Yes. We have greenest, finest, or firmest cucumbers laid in a strong salt water brine for 8 days till they're completely yellow. Then they are washed and placed in a pan lined with green cabbage or vine leaves, covered with half water, half vinegar, and mixed with a piece of pounded alum. They're heated gently over a slow fire, never allowed to boil, to green them back up again. They want them to be green. And then once they're green, you slit them open, you scrape out the seeds and the pulp. They're soaked in fresh water. Then you stuff the hollow cucumber with lemon peel, white pepper, sliced ginger, mace, submerged in a clarified sugar syrup. The syrup is boiled up and strengthened every few days for 3 weeks until the sugar has fully penetrated the heart of the fruit, rendering them transparent, crisp, and sweet, sliced into minced meat pies and sweet puddings, and served in elegant glass desserts.
See, this definitely feels like you probably don't have much cucumber flavor left, and it's just the texture. Permeate. See, we're like, why not? This must be okay.
Here is a boiled cucumber served whole. Oh. For this unusual, you wash them, you boil them whole in water that has salt in it. Once they're tender, you gently pare them, you break them open into a colander to drain, you place them in a hot dish, served with sauce of melted butter, vinegar, pepper, and salt poured over them, with the green rinds cut into several fancies to decorate the plate. Maybe like we do summer squash, we just slice it up.
True.
You boil it, slice it up, and butter it, and here they're just doing a little extra thing. Why you would try to do that with a cucumber, I have no idea, but they did it. They were nuts. Completely insane in the time period. So that's mostly what I've got here. There's to pickle mushrooms or large cucumbers using exactly the same directions. We have to pickle gherkins. And here it says, take the small, hard, and round gherkins that are smooth at one end, wipe them clean, put them into the brine strong enough that it would bear an egg, the common direction, 2 or 3 days. Then take the small pickles as the melons. I don't understand that. And put some dill seeds in the bottom of the pot. Yeah, we know that. Pour the pickle to them boiling hot, stow them down close 2 or 3 days, green them in a bell metal pot, and cover them close as before. Did you get this? What they're talking about here? It says green them in a bell metal pot and cover them close. What they're doing is bringing the green color back by using a copper pot or copper sulfate, also known as poison. So it's like I want my poison cucumbers to be more poisonous by adding copper to them. Maybe they didn't know that. I mean, it's all ready. They probably couldn't tell the difference in the taste. Here's a pickle that uses ginger and cloves and white pepper, and at least this one they don't use the bell metal pot to do that. There's the mango. So there we go. I think I done most of it. Was there something in this London book of whatever here?
That just has that recipe for the stewed cucumbers.
Stewed cucumbers. We talked about lots
Yes, we
of
did.
stewed cucumber things.
Okay, so I've got, there's 5 gifted memberships from Twisted Branches Fishing.
Thank you very much.
And then here's a super chat from Max Arcole. Where do I ship my latest batch of candied cucumber to Townsend's?
Yeah.
Hey,
I heard John needed this really bad.
everyone went down with it. He eat it up. And I had never heard of this. Apparently, there's a cucumber vodka. That's yes, cucumber flavored vodka.
Cucumber vodka.
Somebody was wondering if we'd run across any recipes for pickled Jerusalem artichokes.
Doing what again?
Any recipes for pickled Jerusalem artichokes?
Pickled Jerusalem artichokes. Sometimes they mention Jerusalem artichokes, but I don't know what they were doing with them.
Yeah, I don't remember any pickling.
But they'll pickle purslane and all kinds of stuff, so I wouldn't put it past them, right?
That's right, absolutely. And then this is Speed Style Tony. Any reference of using them as medicines?
Like the directions said in the Johnson, where he was talking about them being too cooling. Mm-hmm. Foods are generally kind of put in that kind of hot, dry, cool, wet category, or how you make something cool and dry and whatever. But they're put in that category of cool and wet. So probably if you have a fever, they would say, yeah, you should have a cucumber sandwich, Well, except they wouldn't have sandwiches. You should have cucumbers for your fever, because that's hot and dry, right?
While I was wandering through the history of cucumbers, I believe that there were like 40 different ways that the Romans used cucumbers as medicine. I'm not quite sure what they were.
As medicine? Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
None of them worked, but they used them.
Okay, I think that we're caught up with the questions. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And Ivy apparently likes these.
Cucumbers are good.
Well,
It's not my fault that you're scared of vegetables.
Somebody was saying that Dad is a cat at heart because cats are scared of cucumbers.
You should eat it.
a big one
And a little one.
and a little one. No, it's the other way around. Big one. Let me try this again.
They have a faint lemony taste, perhaps. They have a great texture.
I've had my year's supply of
There you go.
anything cucumber-like. Thank you for coming into the Nutmeg Tavern today. Even with all the technical difficulties, we still made it happen. And I made it happen because of you. I'll just say it. I'll just say it right here. I wanted to make sure that we were open for business and that you could hear about cucumbers, because it's incredibly important to life today. And if we don't know about cucumbers in the 18th century, then bad things could happen. I still want to thank you for your amazing support, whether it's Patreon, Super Chat, whether you just talk about our channel. In fact, have you looked at those subscriber numbers?
We're so close.
We are like
Before the end of the year?
this close. So
Yeah.
you guys have to go out and find us like 2,000 subscribers someplace. I don't know. We're going to find them, dredge them up out of the streets or whatever. Force their finger, hit the subscribe button so we can break over the top of whatever that number is, because that's all important. It isn't important. What's important is whether you have a good time in the Nutmeg Tavern. So thank you so much for your very kind support. I hope you have a super tremendous weekend. We're finally not getting rained on this weekend. So thank you for your amazing support and have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.